but that's a fight we can have at a later date. Hi, hello. Welcome back to another video. My name is Charlotte, and today we're going to see how much I read in a week, because it's Monday. I actually just watched Emmy's How Much I Read in a Week, and she was like, oh, it's Friday, because I can never start it on a Monday. And I was like, wait, it's Monday. I can start one today. Oh my goodness me, oh my, how clever I am. I also started a new book today. Who would have thunk it? If you don't know how this works, it's basically just following along for a week and how much I read. At the start of the next day or the end of this day, depending on either or, I will tell you how many pages I read during that day. Audiobooks do count in my mind, because if I only have to read with my eyes, I might not be able to read that much, because full transparency, my anxiety is anxieting very hard at the moment. So I usually need to move around. I don't like sitting still. So sitting still and reading doesn't always function well for me. So an audiobook helps. Just putting it out there. So we all are on the same page. Now, did I already start a book like I said? Yes, I did. And that is Wrecked by Lauren Asher. It is the third book in the Dirty Air series. This one is about Elena, and it is about Jax. Elena works in PR and has been hired to help fix Jax's, PR image, because I feel like this one kind of needs like a little bit of a trigger warning, because Jax, he does drive a Formula 1 car. He does maybe one of the most extreme sports you can do in the world. What do I know? I don't know that many sports in the world. Anywho, he drives cars very fast, vroom vroom, and he is an addict. Pills, alcohol, you name it. Maybe adrenaline as well, probably. And this isn't a good combination now, is it? So Elena gets hired to help fix his PR and basically be his live-in babysitter. Where she goes, he goes. Where he goes, she goes, and vice versa. Pretty sure they are allowed to go to the toilet and shower alone, but I think that's basically it, right? Now, I did start it when I was out doing my errands earlier today. I am 5 chapters in already. I think this could be very, very fun. Like, Jax, the banter is already bantering. Jax is, being Jax, apparently. I'm having so much fun. So I figured I would bring you guys along for a week, reading my books, enjoying life. Anxiety is exciting, so if I don't get to read a day because my anxiety is very flared, I will tell you guys about it. I will not go into detail because I don't want to trigger anyone else, but I will be transparent about that if that's the reason why I haven't read, or if there are other things, that I have work, meetings, whatever. That's the reason why I haven't been able to read as much. Full transparency, because I don't have a reason to lie on the internet. My dog is here and he's sleeping and he's snoring. But yeah, what we're going to do actually right now is that I am going to put the audiobook back on and I'm going to play. Can you see it? There is the light ruining it. There we go. I'm going to play Pokopia because this is my new obsession. This is literally my new obsession. I am going to update you guys on the book also during the week, just so you know. I'm not going to be like, oh, I read these many pages, then this and this. No, I am going to update you on the book and how I feel about the book as well. Naturally, as always, I yap too much on the intro. Let's get started with, let's keep on reading Wrecked and see where the week takes us. Side note, a little side note. I don't have the highest of hopes when I am filled with anxiety. So I don't want to set a goal of being like, I want to read 3 books, I want to read 4 books, blah, 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 blah. But I am hoping that during the week, I will get through at least 2 books, and hopefully they are 2 good ones. This one, like I said, I started it today, and in tomorrow, the next Lucy Score book is coming out. So that might be the next one we read. Mistakes Were Made. I am definitely going to stay away from heavier books though, because I don't need help getting more triggered. So like the Nightingale and stuff like that is just going to get put to the side. I'm not going to be reading it. If you watched my March TBR, I don't know what happened. Well, I know what happened. What happened was that I was in denial of my anxiety coming back. So I picked some emotional books and I can't do it because we don't want to get triggered while we're reading, right? So we're going to put those aside. We're going to start with this one and we're going to take it from there. It is a new day. It's Tuesday. Am I wearing the same hoodie as you saw me relaxing in yesterday? Yes, I am. All I did was lay on this sofa in this hoodie. It doesn't qualify in my mind as getting dirty, so we're thriving in our very, very oversized hoodie that honestly probably should be a size or two smaller, but who cares? I read, as you probably saw, 123 pages in this one yesterday. My thoughts so far is it fantastic? No, not by any means, shape or form. Is it fun? Yes. Indeed, it is. The one thing that keeps on being at the forefront of my mind is that he keeps on being like, oh, I have anxiety. I get anxious in this way. I get anxious in this way. And he's an addict, so he pops the Xanax to control the anxious feeling, which I completely understand. Not that I am on any anxiety medication, but I do understand the want of doing it to ease your mind and body. I don't know if it's done on purpose or if it's a coincidence, but I mean, he also has social anxiety, and I don't know if you guys separate them, like anxiety and social anxiety, but in my mind they are two very different things because one can come without the other one, right? So I don't know. It is fun. It is very nice. I'm not vibing the most with the narrators for this book, sadly, but it is okay. It's not that bad that I don't want to listen to it. It's just that I'm not really full on vibing with them. It might also be because usually when I've listened to audiobooks lately, it's been, what is it called? Duet narration? One where she says all the female lines and he says all the male lines. So it's easier to shift. This one is just when it's her chapter, she reads everything. When it's his chapter, he reads everything. Maybe that's what's throwing me off. I don't know. But the book is fun. I am having a splendid time. No, not a splendid time. I am having a good time. The only thing is that I feel like they are trying to make it lusty. It's like a give and take. Like he's in her face and then he pulls away. Oh my God, my voice is going. He pulls away kind of just as. And I don't know, it just, when I'm reading it or I'm listening to it, it doesn't really come off as, for lack of a better word, sexy. It feels a little bit weird. Might be in my headspace, who knows? But I am having fun. I am enjoying it. Also, if anybody is wondering, I am doing better with my anxiety today. So clap, clap. Yay, me. That's my little update. Now I'm going to go edit. Oh my God. Now I am going to go edit. And I don't know how long that's going to take, but if I have any time after I'm done editing, before I have a parent-teacher conference, I am going to read, and we're going to see how far we get into this one today. I think the audiobook said that I had 4 hours left, something like that, which kind of makes sense. A little bit over 4 hours. Yeah, it's a little bit over, it's 400 and something pages, 430 something pages, which makes sense because it's the tempo I have it at. It usually is roughly around 100 pages per hour. So that makes sense. But now I'm at the point where I usually turn up the speed a little bit because I'm used to the narrators. So who knows? I have to think about what we're going to read next as well. I have 2 books in mind, but we'll see. We'll see where we end up. But yeah, that's the update so far. I'm going to go edit and we're going to hang out a little bit later and we're going to talk more about Jax and Elena. I am sorry I didn't have more of an update for you, but I feel like the only update I have is a spoiler, and the other update is just that, yeah, I feel like sometimes when they have the back and forth and he's in her face and she's biting her lip, it feels, I don't know, awkward, but it might just be me being awkward. But I am having fun. It's fun. I enjoy a sports romance. I feel like I need to sit over here because I feel like I'm gonna get monetized for that. It is indeed, what's going on with my hair? Jesus Christ. Can I just tell you guys something before we jump into the stats? I have this thing when spring comes around. I don't like doing it during the summer because summer, if it gets too hot, I don't like wearing my hair down. But during spring, I feel like it's the perfect season to wear headbands. I have these 2 headbands and they go with the most of what I own. It's usually, ironically, a little splash of color because I wasn't good at wearing color. And I found these because I was like, okay, it's officially spring and I want to wear them. But then, it's not on my TikTok, but it jumped up on YouTube. The Carolyn Kennedy thingy, the love story from Hulu on Disney Plus, and how everyone is wearing them now. And now I feel like I shouldn't wear them because I don't know anything about the Kennedys. I don't know anything about the series they made. I didn't watch it, but now I feel like if I'm wearing it, people are gonna be like, oh, you're trying to be CBK. And I'm like, no, I'm just trying to feel cute. But anywho, it is Wednesday, like 11:30, 11:15, and I read 158 pages yesterday. I'm so sorry I didn't film more and I didn't talk more about the book, but I had a very bad anxiety flare-up. I am doing better with my anxiety today. So I decided to take care of myself, which is, you know, what you should do when you have an anxiety flare-up. Thoughts about the book so far? Well, the thoughts I have are that this book it's fun, it's simple, not necessarily in like a bad way, but it's simple in like I feel like this story could have gone deeper, but it hasn't, which doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing. It might also be my anxiety that makes me distance myself a little bit, and that can also happen when I'm reading a book, that like I would get more into the book if my anxiety wasn't flaring up, so that might also be it. But I read this chunk of the book so far with the audiobook naturally, and today I actually already read this part because I wanted to, okay? I wanted to. Am I having fun? Yes, I am. Is this the best one? I'm not really sure as of right now. I am waiting for Jax to fuck up again, to put it lightly, because he is an addict, and I have a feeling that his addiction is going to be part of their third act breakup, or like what could have been their third act breakup if they don't break up, if you understand what I mean. I think maybe I do like Liam and Sophie better than Jax and Elena, but I think that's also because I feel like Elena's story, I felt like this in all of the books. I feel like both of the characters get deep, almost traumatic backstories that you learn about, but that's it. You learn about them and you hear about them because it's part of their story, but you kind of just hear about it a little bit superficially, if that makes sense. But I am having fun. I am enjoying it. I do also think that I am gonna finish this one today, so we need to figure out what book we're going to jump into after this one. But yeah, right now I'm actually going to bring you guys with me down to the office. I'm also going to bring Lewis with me down to the office. He's behind me. I am going to listen to the rest of the I'm going to listen to the rest of the audiobook. Maybe I'll pick up the book and read a little bit while I'm at my PC. While I am at my PC, and I'm going to research something for a different video idea that I have actually, and we're going to go from there. We're going to dive right into it. Okay. Oh, I threw it so far away. Oh, crap. I finished this one. I'm done with it. I read all of these pages, and I'm very proud of myself for doing that, because I mean, I didn't have to. I didn't, but I did it. I did do most of it through audiobook while I was doing different tasks. There's like different reasons for it. One, I mean, I like reading a physical book, but with my anxiety flare-ups and everything, I don't know, it feels like reading a book just doesn't work for me. So audiobook is what it is. And also, I have this little light that I put on the end of my book so I can read in bed and I can move around and stuff. That died. It died. No matter how much I charge it, it doesn't want to work. I need to get a new one. What was I saying? I don't know. I finished it. Now, do I understand why people don't like this book? Yes, I do. Do I understand? Oh my god, I look like a freak. Do I understand why people love this book? Also, yes, I do. It touches on subjects that are heavy on its own, but they don't feel as heavy told in this story, if that makes sense. Yes, Jax is an addict, but he has so much more to his story than just being an addict, and that's what I liked about the story. What I didn't like about the story is that because he has such a complex history, like his life is so complex and her life is also so complex, it didn't really feel like they both got the screen time that they deserved. But yeah, it's 3 stars. I mean, I haven't rated it anyway yet because I've been on my phone, I haven't been on Goodreads and on Fable, but I'm gonna give it 3 stars. Was it fantastic? No, but it wasn't bad either. This is one of the books that when I do my wrap up, I'm gonna have a hard time telling you what it was about, because here and now, I had a good time with the book. Tomorrow, can't promise you that I remember much of anything from it, but I did it. Oh, it cut it. Oh, I dropped it. It almost has a good flop. You can go back over there again. Because my light decided to die, which I thought was extremely rude of the light, by the way, like extremely rude of the light, I decided that I didn't want to read a physical book because I want to be able to read in bed. Yes, I have been raving about audiobooks, all of that stuff, but usually when I go to bed, most of the time I'm still able to read. So I decided to just read something on my e-reader. Now, I don't have a Kindle, so this is like what my screen looked like. That's what's on the front. So now I explained that to you. But like yesterday or the day before, I can't remember, Catherine Welsh came out with a new book which is called How to Write a Love Story. Now, do I know much about it? No. Do I know that I like her? Well, kind of. I read Holiday Romance by her and I ate that up. I loved that book. That was one of my favorite Christmas book that I read well before Christmas in 2025. When she had a new drop, I was like, well, I'm here for it. I'm here for it because I felt like, at least if she keeps the writing style that she had in Holiday Romance, I feel like her banter and her back and forth, I look like shit. I can't wait to shower. I feel like her banter and her like back and forth is very good. I like her. So of course, we're going to read How to Write a Love Story by Catherine Welsh as the next book. Do I know much about it? No. No, I don't. You saw me working in the last clip, and that's actually what I was working on. I was working on a different scripted video. We're not going to get into it. I've said it before and I'm going to say it again. I don't read as much about what the books are about anymore. I feel like there's so many spoilers, not necessarily in the blurb, but if you read just a few of the tropes, or sometimes even in the blurb, you get spoilers that doesn't necessarily give you anything for the book. On the other hand, it takes something away. So the only thing I know about this book is that Sam, is an editor for a publishing house, and Kiara is an author that usually writes crime books. Her dad wrote a very popular fantasy series, and from what I understand, she has now taken on the task to writing the final book in that fantasy series, and he's gonna have to travel to her to help her finish the book. That's what I know. I don't know anything else, and I feel like that's kind of knowing enough. I like books. I like reading. I think this could be very, very fun. I already read the first chapter because I couldn't wait. And now I'm gonna read more because I'm home alone with the dog, and I made myself an iced coffee. We're just gonna vibe, basically. And then we're gonna play Pokopia because who am I kidding? Why I love her writing so much? It's this. What the hell are you doing? Maddie's voice whips through the cramped space of the truck, sounding so furious that I look down to make sure I'm still peeling bananas and not, murdering a small child. Kiara, what? What? I exclaim as she stomps inside. Stop yelling at me. I'm on my period. No, you're not. We're synced. Where's Natalie? I let her go early. You can't do that. You don't work here. And apparently she doesn't know that. This is why I like her writing. It's so fun. Who thinks about it? Like, who make sure that you're peeling a banana and not murdering a small child. That's why she's an author and I'm a reader. Also, don't mind all my shit, okay? Anxiety, don't know about you guys, but when my anxiety flares up, I have a tendency to clutter stuff, and the clutter makes it worse. So I'm doing myself not a big favor at all. But this, I'm gonna go back to the book now. I'm gonna go back to the book. Okay. It's Thursday. We survived over half the week and we are very proud of ourselves. Now, I am starting to feel a little bit better. I'm very happy about that. But also, anxiety is a bitch, so I didn't sleep last night. Yay me. So it might also be the sleep deprivation just kicking in, trying to make my body function. But the only thing I have to do today, except the normal things, which is like picking up my kids and picking up Tom, is take this one to the vet because he has a checkup, and then I get to read. Like, that's what I get to do. Yesterday, though, as you saw, I actually worked for a while. I worked for several hours on two different scripts, and I read 210 pages. Most of Wrecked I did do through audiobook, but when I started How to Write a Love Story, I really wanted to read it with my eyeballs. Like, my eyeballs really wanted to be in the conversation, and I haven't tried the audiobook yet. So that's my plan right now, is to crawl up. I was planning on sitting right here where the dog is, so he might have to move. And I'm gonna curl up and I'm gonna read. Well, I'm gonna do immersive reading because I don't want to get into the car, put on the audiobook and hate it, because I've done that before and it made it very hard to get back into the book. So I want to try immersive reading, and then, you know, I know if I want to listen to the audiobook or not. Yay. Point taken. Now, what do I think so far? I've read 59 pages of this book, so all I kind of know is that it's very funny. Can't explain it in any other way. I have marked so much weird stuff. I have laughed, giggled, had such a fun time. I wanted to read more yesterday, but I was like, no. I need to do my breathing exercises. I need to fall asleep. I need to function tomorrow. And my body was like, you think so, but no. Yeah, that was fun for me. But for instance, this is like chapter 3, don't think it's a spoiler. When Sam arrives in Ireland and at the house where Kara lives, I think it's Kara, we'll figure it out when we do the audiobook. He decides to walk around like the perimeter around the house, kind of to get a feel for it, see what he's up for, maybe collect his thoughts just a little bit before he goes and knocks on the door. Now, he doesn't see where he's going and he falls into a pit. Not a good thing, and he can't get back out. And she's come over and it's like, he goes, you booby-trapped the house? What? He gestures at the pit. Oh no, though that's not a bad idea. It's old, I add. Growing defensive, I forgot it was there. I dug it when I was a teenager. His lips part as if he's about to speak, but no sound comes out. It sounds worse than it is, I continue, starting to get embarrassed. I wanted to see how deep I had to go to hide a body. Which doesn't make it any better. I already love these characters. Like, the FMC, I'm hooked. I'm in it. I'm in it. I'm clocking it right now. This is giving 5-star vibes. This is getting 5 stars. 2 5 stars in March. Not a single one the entire year. And 2 in March. I'm clocking it. This is a 5-star read for me. I already love the banter. One of the things I love most about banter is when the banter is extremely good between friends, because it feels very authentic. It feels like a friendship. It doesn't feel stiff, and that's often very hard to do because you take away the flirty undertone. This book does it. I'm in love with every one of them, I think, but maybe mostly the FMC. But yeah, we're gonna curl up next to this one, and we are gonna read and listen to the audiobook and see if we figure it out, because outside it is a pissing rain. And when I say pissing rain, it's raining so much that the newspapers even wrote about how much it's going to rain, and I live in a city that is known for rain. So that's fun for me. But yeah, I am in my sweats. I have my hat on because I fell asleep with wet hair and it's not the vibe. And we're gonna dive back on into this one, and I have a feeling I'm gonna devour it. I'm gonna devour it. Today I had like the laziest Friday morning ever. Tom decided to have home office, so I just chilled with him until I have to leave for work, which is now. I'm not late for work yet, but I decided to leave a little bit early just so that I could get myself a little bit acquainted with the store because I don't usually work at this store. But yeah, yesterday I read 154 pages. I'm very happy with that. I was tired, so that's good. I'm happy about it. I'm very, very happy about it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to film more later today though, because it's been a long time since I worked this many hours, and I'm going to work alone. I don't know how many customers are going to be, so I might be drained as fuck when I'm done, but we'll figure it out as we go. I am loving the book. I am loving the book so much. It's funny. It has banter. It has yearning. It is like, if you do like a good yearning slow book type of feel, you'll like this one. I love her. I feel like Catherine Walsh is going to be like an auto-buy author for me now. I am going to read her second, I can't remember the name right now, like the other holiday one she has in the holiday romance one. The Christmas book, I am going to read that for Christmas again. I've already decided, and I might have to check what other ones she has as well and see if I want to read them during the year. I love her writing. I love her humor in her books. I'm having a splendid time. If I'm not completely drained, I will finish it today. I will. Mark my words. And then we're going to start a third book, which I'm probably not gonna. It's taking me like 3 or 4 days to finish each book, which is my usual pace when I'm not stressing. So we're not going to finish the third book. Well, we're going to start the third book and we'll see where it brings us. Yes. Okay. I'm going to run inside before it starts raining even more because I hate rain. Well, I don't like rain. I don't like rain. I think that's my point. It is Saturday. I was dead tired after work yesterday. Like, I was dead to the world. And I feel like I'm still kind of dead, to be honest with you. But I did read. I did read. Actually, I finished How to Write a Love Story yesterday. I had 124, not 42. I had 124 pages left in How to Write a Love Story, and I finished it, and I clocked it early on. That is a 5-star read for me. It was one of those books where I looked down on my e-reader on the like how far into the book I was, and I was like, wait, I'm not 65% in. This has to be wrong. I'm more like 25% in, because the book just, it flowed so naturally, and I just felt like the story made sense. If there were any loopholes, I did not clock them, and please don't tell them to me. I just had such a fun time with it. It is 100% a 5-star read for me. I am having the best time. Well, I had the best time with the book. I think it's a fantastic book. This is also like, it's one of those books where you can read it with your best friend, but you can also buddy read it with your mother-in-law or your mom or your gran. It's not, it's not hefty in that way. Why did you go out? I didn't like that. It stopped on me. So I read 124 pages in that one, and then I decided that I was going to pick up a new book, and I was going to start a new book when I went to bed, and I read 19 pages in that one, and oh my god, why was I saying? Oh yeah, I read 19 pages in the new book that I decided to pick up. I usually try and give it a few chapters before I decide if I want to read it or not, but because, we're going to see how much I realistically read in a week as a self-diagnosed slow reader that heavily leans on audiobooks, especially, when anxiety and depression hits. I read 19 pages of the new book, and I am very into it. I am going to keep on reading it, and it is Project Hail Mary. This is a sci-fi book, and I don't know if I want to give you much more because it is a mystery set in space. I can tell you this though. I started reading this book yesterday and I loved it. Like, from the first page on, I giggled. The way the main character has their inner dialogue and everything right off the get-go, it's hysterical. The book grabbed me really from the first page. Now, I do also have that on my trusted e-reader because Tom really, really wanted to read it as well. And first of all, he's not a big fan of physical books. And second of all, he isn't anything. He's not a big fan of physical books because he thinks they're hard to read in bed, and I agree. Also, we can read it at the same time. Is he in the middle of Red Rising? Yeah. Is he planning on pausing it to read this one? No. But, I mean, now at least we can both read it without him having to steal my e-reader, and me being sad. So that's what we started today. I am on chapter 2. I am going to start chapter 2 now. Will I finish the chapter? I don't really know. Like I said, I am a slow reader. It says it's going to take me 26 minutes to finish this chapter. So I might just read a little bit of it and then I'll read the rest when I get back into bed. But usually Saturday and Sunday are the days where I read the least, because Tom is home the entire day, the kids are home the entire day, and we try to spend more time together. During the weekdays, I can have an audiobook on or whatever when I'm making food or doing chores, all of that stuff. During the weekend, I try to be a little bit more present with my family. So I know I'm not going to read that much this weekend, but that's fine. I got a lot of reading in during the rest of the week. So technically I could take the weekend off, but I'm not going to because I really want to read it. And I told Tom I'm not watching the movie until I read the book. And I kind of don't want to watch the movie until he has also read the book. But I have a feeling that he is going to watch the movie and then maybe read the book. So I could have had a physical copy, but that's a fight we can have at a later date. We're not going to fight about it. It's completely fine. I don't really mind having it on my e-reader. So, but yeah, we're going to sit here. We're going to read a little bit and we're going to hang out maybe for like the last time in this video. Okay, so the weekend has arrived and it left again. I did film a little bit on Saturday and then you saw me on the treadmill. That was yesterday. Today is Monday because I knew that I wasn't going to be able to read as much during the weekend. So I decided that these 2 days, they can just get mushed into one. This is my dog's toy, by the way, so don't really. Yeah, you know, we can just mush them into one. And I'm kind of happy that I did because I'm 25% into the book right now. I read 81 pages during the weekend. So in total, that puts me at, 100 pages into the book, which isn't bad. It isn't bad. It isn't bad at all. I'm very, very happy. I'm really really enjoying the book. I think the pace, oh my god, there's something on my pants. What's that? Oh, it's paint. I am enjoying the pacing of the book. The book is explaining stuff to me, explaining like this sciencey stuff that I don't know anything about in a way that just makes it a little bit easier for me to understand. And the things I don't understand, I don't really mind. I feel like, okay, it's information you're giving me, but I don't know if I need to memorize this. We'll figure it out. But I am having fun. I'm loving Ryland as a character. He is funny and like the way he kind of banters with himself is fantastic. The writing is very good. I do understand why people love this book. Even if you're not a sci-fi person, even if space isn't really your thing, I would recommend giving the book a try, or at least give the movie a try whenever the movie comes out where you live. So I'm having such a good time with it. I'm going to sit down and edit thumbnails. I'm going to listen to the audiobook because the audiobook is also very, very good. I am really enjoying the audiobook. That means that all in all, after all of these days, we end up at 869 pages. I'm very proud of that. In diddly dee. Yes, I am. Two and a quarter books in a week. I don't think that's bad. I know a lot of people can read a book in a day and then they don't read for several days and then they read another book, and people read like 17 books a month. I'm not one of those people. I read really slowly, and when my brain goes into like high alert, like I've talked with you guys this week, hasn't been the easiest one, especially with the anxiety kicking up and everything. So I feel like the pace I have been reading in is very good for me, and I know I'm not a fast reader, and that's completely fine because I am still enjoying it. Who cares at the end of the day how many books you read in a month? Who cares at the end of the day how many books you read in a year? As long as you are doing something you enjoy, right? Please tell me I'm correct. That was it for this one. We ended up, like I said, at 869 pages. Last time we did this, we ended at 599 pages, so it did go up a little bit. I'm very happy about that. We had some good books, we had some okay books, and I don't know about the last one. But, you can follow me on Goodreads, or, I don't know, hit me up in the comments if you want me to tell you the rating when I'm done with it, which I probably am when you see this video. And yeah, and I just want to say thank you guys so much for spending some of your precious time with me. I really do appreciate it. And if you made it this far into the video, why not hit that subscribe button and tickle the like button, because I have heard she really enjoys that, and hopefully I will get to see you all in the next one. Bye bye.